Hello, hello, happy afternoon. I think I'm live. Hi. I've got Kitty Cat with me. Hello, Tea Kettle Drone. I also made this thing too big. There we go. Okay, now I can see the mic, the mic and all that stuff. Am I muted? I shouldn't be muted. It says that the mic is going out. I should verify that. Usually if I'm muted, I can see that it's like there's nothing going on. So let me double check. Okay. Can I hear this? Okay. Can I hear this? Yes, I can. Okay. I can hear in the preview. Okay, and obviously Zilby's here, so maybe he'll settle down and hang out with us for a little while. But all right, today we are continuing with our Mad Pod Race. Oh, and there goes Zilby. No, Zilby, I'm not following you out there. Oh, you clipped it. Oh, I hate it when that happens. It's super easy to click the little the mute button up there when you're like trying to switch tabs or something, and then yeah, there's nothing. It's really like there's not much indication either that that's happened, which kind of sucks. Okay, so let's see, what were you working on? Okay, so a couple different things. We are, so there's a few problems that we have. So first of all, not that one. I use a boost at the worst possible time. Sometimes. And then this happens too, which is hilarious, but obviously not good. Oh yeah, we're doing afternoons are now fun time and mornings are serious business time. That's the new schedule. Fun time in the afternoons after work, and serious businessy type. Let's do like actual code that we can learn from. Not that we can't learn from code like this. It's just more of the content, the topic, whatever, something like that. Okay, so we have two problems. First is, after I figured out what everything was, so technically on lap. Okay, so once I got to this point, I hit 1, I hit 2, and I boost right there. That was wrong. So I was thinking about this, and I watched a few more of these off stream. And it does seem that my boost is sometimes correct, but it's always incorrect whenever it's one of the end points that's the farther away. So if it's 3 that's farther away, if it's the or if it's the checkpoint, or no, if it's 1 or 3, I think. So here's my understanding of it. We measure 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to end, and end to 1. So I'm going here. So I hit 2, and I actually am going towards 3 then, aren't I? and then I boost to 3. Or, wait a second, do I not have 2 yet? I'm the yellow dot, so I have that. I'm at full blast. And then I boost. Jim, hello. How are you doing today? And Yuri, hello. How are you? You only boost if you're on a straight line to the next point. Yeah, which I think I put it as 5 degrees. And this feels way more than 5 to 3. And I thought maybe I was going to here, but that doesn't make any sense. It knows it's coming here. So it's the correct time. I boost there? Yeah, I boost here. When I'm like more than 5. So that's probably... Oh, wait. What's my angle speed? There's some other things we can tweak around this. Okay, next checkpoint angle is less than 5. So let's just see if it's 1.0. Okay, so I have to not be trying to slow down to get to it, and I have to be at full speed already going in, and 1.0, so I'm pointing directly at it. Oh wait, that's not directly at it. Where did my brain come up with 0? I don't know. Okay, so our other problem, and normally I don't try to make that change, but this is a completely different, separate domain here, so I think we're going to be fine. I want to... We have a couple different things that I think the problem is. We're moving at 100 because if we're below minimum velocity, I'm setting the speed to 100, but I need to change this to be like this. I don't think this is a really good idea, but we can just cut that in half, and that should be able to allow me to make the tighter turns when it's like those tight checkpoints next to each other. Let's see if this works. We can actually replay in the same conditions and check to see if I actually boost towards 3 this time, and if I can get that last second too. Why am I going at 50? I'm well, that's a problem. I'm always going at 50. Well, if my velocity is less than or equal to the minimum velocity, I'm just going to get rid of that. We need to solve the problem that was trying to solve in a better way. Oh, right, I remember. So I go pretty slow when I'm turning and I'm close, but now I can go fast. So I need to solve that. I need to tweak that number. Okay, there was a boost towards 3. That was correct. That was good. I don't think it's going to help because I'm super far behind. Okay, so not like a full lap behind. So problem. Boost, I think, is better. When I am close, so my deceleration speed is 25. This is too slow. I think I need to be like closer to 50 or 75. If I change this to 60, let's say, does that make any change? Okay, so I get the proper boost. But I'm still pretty far behind. Well, maybe not that far behind, but I'm behind. Okay, so I made up like half a checkpoint with that. Other things that we can do. So I am hitting. There's some turning optimizations that we could do, but I was kind of hoping until like later that we can start working on those, which kind of sucks, but we can definitely. We could definitely have like future turning optimization set up. Our deceleration distance, we could increase that or I could decrease it. We can try something like a little bit closer. When I slow down to 60 right now. And I've got 1800 pixels is my distance, and when I switch to slowing down. So what I could do is I could make this really, really short. Like I could say 1200 and you go to that 25. It's like very, very, very slow. Oh, I also have this. If I'm at a high angle, so if I'm above 45 degrees that I need to turn, I drop my speed to 50. I could also increase this to 75 and like tweak this around too. Oh yeah, I forgot. I meant to put in the title that I'm in Wood League, which would probably help people know and set expectations properly. Yeah, so one suggestion that we had last week, was we could try to turn around and do an expansion style slowdown where before we get there, we turn the ship around and do thrusters in reverse. So we just basically hit it and then go back the other direction around. Xanax with a resubscription. Thank you, Xanax. Also, hello, how are you doing today? All right, that worked the opposite way I wanted it to. So it's the problem is that I'm sliding through it too much, and so I'm still on vacation. Well, that's nice. And I know you've been learning some new languages too, or at least figuring out which ones to learn. So those are always fun too, to sort of get into new technologies. All right, so I want to basically the first lap through. Oh yeah, the other thing was that when I miss it and I have to come back, this 25 is way too slow. So like this is the one where I'm thinking, okay, what if this was like 50? And like I could tweak this all I want, but I don't know if that's really gonna, none of these are really gonna like, maybe they'll help me get out of this league, but they're not gonna really last for much longer. We're gonna have to be much smarter pretty soon. We could do the calculation. So we initially had a calculation for the higher degree angle, the slower we go. So for checkpoint, if your distance is less than 700 and the angle is 0, I believe you can drop the speed to 0 and inertia will get you there. If there's an angle you need speed to turn, so just put a... Oh, wait, can you not... Oh, that's a good question. I haven't checked that. If your distance is less than 700 and angle is 0, I believe that you can drop the speed to 0 and inertia will get you there. But you can't Can you not rotate? Okay, I don't know what I changed here. I wasn't paying that much attention to what I was doing. So let me run this just so we have a base point. Then I want to try that. I want to try if our distance is less than 700 and our angle is 0, we drop the speed and we start turning in preparation for hitting that checkpoint. That would be really cool. Especially for like that one, where we're heading to 3. That 2, that's the one that kills me. But I could also get killed on 3 by going over. Okay, so there we go with that. Let's figure out how I want to set this up. So in our... Okay, so here's our moving state. So we have a few different checks to see what speed we should be going at. So I should probably throw these into a function where I can just pass it a couple different variables and it sort of determines. That would probably be best. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so we have is it boost time? And then this is choosing if we're boosting or not. What we also want to check is if and I think our distance, oh, I think is boost time considers distance too, right? No, boost time doesn't consider distance. We already calculated which checkpoint is the furthest away, and so we're just sort of checking that. I need to figure out the jump point thing. Okay, that's good. Okay, so if our distance away, so that would be our next checkpoint distance, is less than or equal to, I'll just hard code in a magic number right now, but we can turn it into a const later. So if you're less than 700 away and our angle is 0, then I want to set the speed to 0. But our target, ooh, so then, okay, so then I want the next target. Oh, look at this. Are we within 600 of the target? If we're within 600 of the target, change the target already. Ooh, this is what I want to do then. Hold on. Are we within 600 of the target? So we get the current checkpoints. It's the current checkpoint that we're on. If that's not equal to next checkpoint. Oh, this is that's a bad comment. Okay, so if our current checkpoint is not the same as the next checkpoint, then that means we have passed over, right? And so it's time for us to switch to the next checkpoint. But I want to change target to the next one. I want to aim towards the next target. It's almost like I want to do something like this. If I aim for next, what is this? This is target, which is a point. That's not helpful. But state. If I just get next target, I'm not setting the next target. I want to get the current target. Oh, we already have the current index. This should be easy. Let me see how easy I can make this. Self dot. Oh, wait. Moving. Okay, this is not where I want to do it. It's not state that I want to do this on. It's checkpoints. Okay, so I have get, and I wanted to get next. Now the problem is if I do +1, if it's at the end, it won't give me the first one again. So maybe not chain. Oh, what was the one that lets me do? Okay. Skips elements until end elements are skipped, or the end of the iterator is reached. Whatever happens first. Oh, then all of them. Okay. I want to cycle. I want to cycle, and then I want to skip. Does this work? Will this actually get me to start going for the correct thing? Found struck skip cycle. Can I collect you? Not really. Oh, point cannot be built from iterator over type point. I could make you a reference. I don't care about that. So now what are you really upset about? From iterator point, okay, so that's the problem. So I don't want collect, I need to get that out. Can I dereference out, or is it going to be like what do I get? Do I want just like first? I don't want to take from it. Oh, wait, would it be next? Oh, it might be next. Found option point. Okay, but I think so then we're going to choose if we aim for next now. So if the next checkpoint distance is less than or equal to 700 and our angle is 0, we aim for we make sure that aim for next true, which means that when I get the target, so I get this target here, but really what I want to do, I want to overwrite the target, don't I? It's almost like I want to do something like target equals that. And now our checkpoints, get next, just the original target. Oh, yeah. Wait a second. Can't you? It's a free clone. Or it's not free. It's cheap clone. They're small objects. And also, there's not that many of them. Okay, so we get the point. We put you there. That's fine. That's fine. And then I also want to set the speed to 0. Oh, right, because it might be a boost at this point in time. Oh, speed is immutable. Okay, so poorly done, but I want to see if it answers the question. First of all, I'm not sure that that cycle thing is going to work and it's going to choose the correct target. So I want to see, do we actually rotate while we're moving, sort of like sliding forward? If we are, then that's good. If we're not, then obviously you have to rewrite that logic. And that won't happen until after the first lap. I don't think it was trying to... I don't see any real difference. Like, I don't see it trying to turn until it gets there. I kind of want to... Oh, and I don't know what that is. So I just want to know if I'm trying to get rest. Trying to get rest? Trying to get next. What was that? Okay, changing target. Vampire, hello. From Twitter Code to Racing Game. Yeah, so we're doing serious morning and fun afternoon these days. So it is we are working on the fun project is playing this racing coding game. I see the changing targets happening. I don't see next ever happen. So changing targets. Okay, so I don't think it ever ran that function. Okay. We never ran. We never ran this get next function. So either the next checkpoint distance was never less than 700, which that can't be true. The next checkpoint angle. No, it's not. No, okay, so it would be the next checkpoint angle. But we know that this isn't working. So this debug is not going to happen. Which means that we're always going to get that we're not getting next. Okay, we're not getting next. Yeah, and so this will probably never change. So what I need to know is why. Why are we never getting next? Okay, so we're never getting next, so I want to know our next checkpoint distance. What are you? So next checkpoint angle is often 0. Next checkpoint distance is really large. Sometimes it's below 700. But not that often. Yeah, here it goes from 942. Okay, so let's go to one of the turns where it like matters a lot. So not that one probably. This one. So 615. Oh, but my next checkpoint angle is -12. Oh, here's an interesting question. Can I have a higher speed? Or maybe I would turn better if I oversteered. If I was like within, I don't know, 1,000. 1,000's like, that's 2,000 right here that I'm far away from 3. If I'm here and I start turning, we're like within 2,500. Almost like I want to change this around to say like, okay, it's almost like I want to double my turn. That probably wouldn't work out too well. So if we, there's a couple different experiments that we can try too. It seems that I'm very rarely at 0, it feels like. Per angle, that's what I mean. So if I'm less than this, I also want to make sure that I'm on the second lap. So if not state, this would be checkpoints. If we're all mapped, okay, so we have to be all mapped, and the next checkpoint distance is less than or equal to 2,500, and the next checkpoint angle is 0.2. Even though I don't think that's a good idea, but I want to try it just to see if I can get into here or if there's something else going on with this. That 0.2 might make me miss it, like 3 completely. Okay, so all mapped. Time for us to go through everything. I didn't see an early turn. What does our opponent do? I think it shows what... Yeah, our opponent is... Okay, so... As soon as the boss hits it, boss cuts power. And then full power again. What if instead of trying to do any of this trickery, what if I don't do any of that stuff? I just say deceleration distance is high angle speed. If I make that 0, and we say that you're over 45, maybe not over 45, maybe one change at a time. I think I did 2 changes, but change it from like 65 to 45, and then the other one, switch it to just 0. Did I do full play? No, I didn't. Okay. So I see my speed drop to 50 sometimes. But it continues to be 100 even when I don't want it to be. I need to know what my angle is. I think I got my angle calculation wrong. Oh, because it might be left or right. I need to absolute value that. Okay, so if next checkpoint angle is greater than, so this is like, give me an absolute value. Distance is that. Okay. So that way it works if I'm turning right, but never left. Now I'm stopping. I don't think it's a good idea, but the code's working the way I expect it to now. I'm pretty far behind. Hey, Jim. Nope, I'm still on wood 1. We're doing some experiments which have been mixed results. We're like more than half of that behind right now, but I found a problem in one of my codes that was causing the issue. So now we can tweak a little bit more. So basically my high angle speed was incorrect. So if I could play around with this and that might get me there. But I'm not completely sure. The other thing is now stopping and starting to turn early, which I think we could get to work, but it would probably require something else. Okay, that's a turn a lot closer to what the boss has. It's not helping. We're still far behind. I don't think we're catching up. Okay, so we can put the if in here again. We are boosting pretty early in the lap, so I feel fairly confident updating this, so we can say, okay. Okay, speed is going to be equal to if checkpoints, if we're all mapped, and we are at angle 0, so and our distance is less than, probably not, so this might be like 2,500. Oh, this is not speed. I want this to be target. Okay, so if we're all this, I want to get the next target. And I also want to make sure that our speed is 0. Now, I wonder if this... Yeah, at this level, I can only boost once. And I do track that. So I ask the checkpoints, hey, can I boost? And it right now is tracking if I boosted or not in a Boolean. And I think later on, it's probably going to give me multiple boosts, like maybe even once per lap or so. And that will change that around. So this won't potentially take effect until lap 2. I want to see cutting our speed and turning early. It's a little bit hard to tell because 2000 is still pretty short. I think it's doing it though, but I don't think that helped. If we remove this, so the original idea was to do this under 700. I don't think that's going to help either, but we can try it. Oh, the other thing is that I do have, if I'm at a high angle, go slow, I could increase that, which should help. So I could say, okay, if we're at a, I could change this to be like, if it's at a 75 or higher degree angle, then we go to 25. Otherwise, oh, deceleration speed. I pretty much want to keep this at 100 at all times, except when I have high angle. I didn't get to the 0.0 angle, so I didn't boost that time. But I'm not that far behind. I don't think I'm gonna, I never got my boost. We could make the boost work by increasing the angle I'm allowed to be. I think I had it at 5. What if I want, like, if it's 1 degree, it's like, okay, that might be okay. What if I say like 1.5? I basically am always sliding around. I'm very rarely pointing directly at where I'm facing. Oh, I missed 3. Okay. That would have been an okay boost had I oversteered. That's an idea. What if I oversteer? I'm just going for target X, target Y right now. If I want to check the oversteer, I would need to update these to be double the amount. No, I need to move it. I need to shift it to the left or to the right based upon the angle. If I double that, the angle is just a, what is it called? We have a vector that's 2 and a single one that's single, and I forget what that's called. We have just a single thing. I want to boost with angle, drive you further away from the target because it's boost straight forward. Yeah. Yeah, well, right. It sends me off in a way that I'm going. Yeah, that's definitely true. In this race, I'm never pointing directly towards the target, which probably is a bigger issue that needs to be solved. We could basically say that my high angle speed is still the same thing, but I could reduce this. Right now, no. In future leagues, we're going to run into problems where we can collide with our opponents, and that obviously will make a difference. But right now we just pass through each other, so it's basically just a pure race of which, like, we don't care about them. We can just look at them to see how they're doing. But already, like, they're that much faster than us without anything special. Wait, did I still boost? Why did I boost? I thought I turned that off. Is boost time, and if our angle is, less than 0 to 0. We have to be equal to 0 to 0. So what happens in this early game? I'm really curious. So we get to hear it the exact same time. He's already turning. Because he sets his boost to 0. So what I want to do is, as soon as okay, when does he start boosting again? Okay, so I think I want to go back into the idea that I set the boost or not boost, the throttle based upon, or the speed based upon the angle that I'm at. So boss here moves towards at power 0, then 100. Interesting. So as soon as it changes, it also sets, just for one tick, it sets the speed to 0. So if we know that we're changing target, we do state change target. We could also do speed. So if I do that, theoretically, everything else should be the same and I should be pretty tied with the boss. Except I'm not. I'm still pretty far behind. Oh, because I have everything else is like, I do move slower and other things. And that's slowing me down more than it should. I am making that turn pretty tight though. So what if I just say that, hey, no matter what, we're always going 100. So therefore, the only time that we switch to 0 is when for one frame after we switch targets. That doesn't work. Yeah, now we get into that. I think it must be... Is it really one frame or is it multiple frames? Yeah, so... Oh, it just happens to be... Oh, because I'm aiming for the center of it. For like this one, if I knew that it would the bottom, like the 2 was down there, I would aim for the bottom part of it. That's something else we can do too. But that sets me off already. So at this point, oh, when it goes over, it goes over. Okay, so at this point, I've now seen... I've now seen all the targets, right? So I want to hit 1. I know 1 is close to 2 on down here. I should aim for here. Who are the authors of this puzzle challenge? I think it says it somewhere. not sure that's the authors of the puzzle itself. So yeah, I'm not completely sure. It might be this though. Here's the link to it. Oh, I lost the other thing. That's fine. So do I want to like aim at a different location? I don't want to aim between them. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to... Here's how I aim at the other ones. I take 2 points, right? And I subtract them from the one I want to aim at. I subtract this one, and that gets me the direction of it. I normalize it, then multiply it by 600, which would be the edge of it. Then I should be able to hit just the edge of that before turning. The other choice is slow down for like multiple frames. Like one idea is I could say, if I'm above, so I have 180 degrees, so 180 is behind me, right? So half that would be 90. So if I'm above 90 in either direction, switch to 0. And then that way, I don't just automatically go 0. I only go 0 if it's like a sharp turn. And then we can tweak that potentially. Save a value of last angle at every end of commands. Then if last angle is less than current angle, you should divide the speed by 3, for example. Oh, so I slow things down if it's continued. So like the more, if that last is smaller than current, can only be 2 things: change checkpoint or you're oversteering. Okay, so right, okay, so I can keep the last angle at the end of every command. Then if last angle is less than current angle, divide the speed by 3. Oh, so like okay, so this allows me for dynamic speeds. Okay, then that allows me to move at 100% speed all the time, but then when it runs again, you do the check to reduce oversteering. Yeah, okay, we could try that. How close did I get? Closer this time, but it's a different racetrack, so I don't know. Logain, hello. How are you doing today? You can save all the checkpoints, coordinates when you're near, just insert the new coordinates and drift to the check. Yeah, so that's what we've done, and that made us slower. But I probably didn't do it correctly. But we are definitely saving all the checkpoints. So after the first time through, we basically we mark out, okay, all checkpoints mapped. And now we have a vector of them, and we can actually grab and like know which checkpoint or which the next checkpoint is at any point in time. So, okay, what can we do here? We can say if our next checkpoint angle so we probably want to, okay, we want to keep our previous angle. How do we want to store that? I don't want to store that in checks. I don't want that in state. Oh, we have a pod. I forgot that we have our pod. So our angle okay, so at the very end, I can update it. So after our match, we don't return anything. Is this our match? No, that's our match inside the loop. We do pod angle is equal to next checkpoint angle. And so now my current, whatever's in the pod angle is my previous angle. And we can reduce our speed. So I actually don't want to do that one anymore. So if this is equal to our current angle, so what is that? That's speed equals speed divided by 3. The problem here is that we set our speed to 100 at all times, so I should probably store speed in the pod too. Right. Open. How do I save to jump list? Oh, control S. Okay. Oh, but that does, okay, hold on. So now I could jump back to that easily. So we're gonna go to pod. So then I want, okay, so we set the pod speed. Oh, and if, okay, if the angle is not, then I increase, oh, I increase it. Okay. So what if I have something like this? I want speed divided by 3. Okay. So I slow down by 3. If I do pub function speed up, So increase by the same amount. And then I probably want to limit speed limiter. Yeah, I know, max 100 crash. So I need to, in the same frame, oh, I could just do this here, right? So that will never reach 0 because of division rules. This will definitely get above it. So we can do this. Nope, stop. That's not what I want. I want to... what is it called? Is it clamp? It's you don't know what you are. Okay, hold on. It is clamp. So let's actually do this. So clamp speed. That's not gonna work. Wait, this might work. I want to search for space. Speed. Oh no! Space. Okay, that works. Okay. Okay, so if our angle is the same one, I want to do pod dot slow down. Otherwise, pod dot speed up. And then down here, we don't set your speed there anymore. Let's say I don't do the deceleration speed. We either slow down or speed up based upon that. Okay, speed. Checkpoints is boost time. Okay, so then that starts with 0, and so we can use boost. Boost. Should I do like boost this turn? What was that? Boost now. Time to boost. What should I call this? You could have just read it if speed is greater than 100 equals 100. I don't... Wait, can I? Hold on, where was that? Oh, yeah. I could, instead of clamping it. Yeah, that's true. I could just do, if speed is greater than 100, set it to equal to 100. With all the brackets and everything else, I don't know. I don't like the way that looks in Rust. Because I don't think I have to do that with all the brackets and everything else. At least I don't need a return statement. Hold on, what am I doing? I want to go to pods. Okay, so boost used. I need to count if I boost it again because I'll crash if I use it too many times. So it's like we're boosting this turn. So boost now. So boosting becomes true. Boost used becomes plus equals to 1. And then I want to write out the speed, right? So function write. So in this case, we're probably going to do some fun stuff. So we're going to say, if we're boosting. Oh, also I can only do this, right? So if self dot boost used is greater than 0, I just want to do an early return. So it has a little bit of a guard. Okay, so if self.boosting, so if this is true, we want to return boost. Otherwise, we just want to return self.speed. Okay, so if it's boost time. Okay, so can we boost? The checkpoint says it's boost time, and our angle is 0. Then our speed is 100. What if I don't even care about that? To boost, we're just going to say pod.boost. So we don't need that anymore. Okay, target. If this one, we're not going to set the speed to nothing. If we've all done that, okay, so let's not worry about this right now. This is part of this sort of steering ahead of time. We'll come back and revisit that if this like seems to work well. If checkpoints get okay, so it's the next target. Okay, so then for our speed. We get the speed. I think you should add a distance from the checkpoint before boost, or it can boost when you're at 0 distance. Yeah, that's definitely true. We haven't seen that so far, but it definitely could. And so next checkpoint angle is that, and next checkpoint distance is greater than or equal to, let's say, 5,000. So if we do this, does this change anything? I mean, hopefully it should change a few things, but I don't know how big the changes will be. That is incorrect. What? No. What did I do wrong? Moving our velocity is 0. Okay, so fun fact. The default speed of in Rust, the default of an i32 is 0. Can I do something like this? Do I have to default? No, okay, fine. I'll implement you manually. Everything else should be fine. And then you are going to be upset because I can't derive you anymore. Okay. Let's try this. Uh-oh. Thread main has overflowed its stack. The program did not provide the input lines in due time. What did I do? Did I crash? Overflowed its stack. I'm not... This should not be a recursive loop. What's... Oh... Because this causes recursive call site. Fine. Now, can I do default? That does work. Okay, so I can do the rest of these like that. Well, it's not recursive anymore. Why is that resetting to 0? So I think I started. I move forward at power 100. Frame 2. I move forward at power 100. Frame 3 at 33. So it turns out if my angle is the same as the previous angle, I slow down, even if that angle is 0. So if the next checkpoint angle is not equal to 0, okay, if we're not pointed straight at it and we're still at the same angle, expected. Oh, did I? No. Okay, so 0 to be less than power 100, but found power 300. Why did I multiply power by 300 right away? Because it is Wait, what do you do? Unused return. Oh, you. Okay. Apparently, I need to sign it, so it's not a mute. It doesn't mutate itself. Use this speed math round. So 100 minus next checkpoint angle. If speed is less than 70, speed equals 70. Else. Okay, so basically you just reduce. We tried that and it didn't work for us. In our clamp, we should set us to have a minimum. Like 25. Or 70, as you were saying. But we've run into a few problems where I had 70 and I just kept on looping around the thing. So it needed to go a little bit below 70 sometimes. Why did I wait for so long? Because it's multiplying by 3 again. That was weird. Clamp doesn't work. Well, I mean, it clearly works technically, but for this race, it's definitely not working. You're right. I do. Oh, you're right. I do have some 0 speed sometimes. Right, I didn't notice that. That's true. Where am I overriding that? Oh. I know why it doesn't work. Because after slow down, we should clamp the speed. I only clamp the speed when I'm speeding up, not when I'm slowing down. So it wasn't even running. Yeah, we did that my first time. And I think we should go back to doing that again. And then, okay, and then we could put in the other parts where I start turning early. And that might work. Was it boosting the entire time? I did boost for multiple times per. Because after we boost, after we get the speed, we should reset the boost. So if self.boosting boost to owned, and then I need to set which I can't do that here. I need to like reset the boost, basically. So I self-fuse boost +1 boosting. So then next, I need like update. Like after here, we need to do like next tick or like new tick up here or something like that. Yeah, I almost need to do something like this. Pod dot next. That's pretty much the only thing I need to do right now with next. If your last distance is bigger than current distance, oversteering or change checkpoints, you reduce 25 of speed. Oh, because you're going away from it. That 25 might be too slow. So I think I need to go up towards like closer to what you have of 70. Okay, there's our boost one time. Yeah, so your distance. Your distance is the square root of x squared plus y squared. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we have distance. So I can get the distance already. Well, and we already get the distance to the next checkpoint. Yeah. We already get the distance from the next checkpoint anyways. Unless we're talking about like the distance to the next one, but I still have the ability to get that. How far back am I? I'm off screen. Yeah, so I think if I save the previous distance also, so this will start at 0. This will start at 0, which means I'm going to want a new function. All right, so things that I care about here. We want speed. So we want our speed to be 100. We want our distance to next is distance. And then everything else can be that. Everything else can be that. We don't need default anymore. I actually don't know. Oh, I don't know what the distance is. Oh, that's the problem. Okay. Never mind. I keep distance in X. I keep the default on. We're going to create the pod. We don't know the distance is next. So before, I mean, I could just set what the max distance is. How you calculate the current speed and the vector. So the current speed, or like what do you mean? Like our velocity, or which speed we're going at? I'm not really calculating my direction vector right now. Oh, are you talking about this velocity? I'm calculating that by let's see, this. Calculate velocity, so I get the new position and then the position where we were previously at. So I basically just get the distance to whatever that new position is, and that's how much I'm moving towards. So the way that distance 2 works is that we take the 2 points, we subtract them together, and then we get we calculate the distance for that vector. Okay, so distance to next. I want, I guess, like, if this continues, if the last distance is bigger than the current distance, slow down. It's almost like I want to start with just something really large. Would number of pixels per tick or 10 ticks in a certain heading angle might give an approximation of velocity speed in relation to thrust? I'm trying to think. If I know how many ticks there have been, so if I keep track of the ticks, I could probably. I probably could. I don't know how much that would be helpful. It probably would be. What is this? This is an F-32. Let's just set this to be, oh, not that. What's the maximum number I can get? Isn't that something? There we go. So like, I guess we can calculate that. Not entirely sure how that would help or how we would use it really. Okay, so we have distance to next. So what we want to see is if our distance to next is greater than the previous one. So which means I want to update distance to next at the bottom here, just like this. And now we can say, okay, so if checkpoint angle is to that, we're going to slow down our speed up. And then we can also do if pod dot distance to the next is greater than or let's just say greater than distance to next. We're going to slow down. Otherwise, we're going to speed up. I don't know. Oh, that's not good. If the pod distance to next is greater than next checkpoint distance, and I'm updating next checkpoint distance down here, so that should be getting smaller, right? Did I do this opposite? I feel like I did this opposite. Didn't I have I had debug mode on last time. Did I guess I just sort of assumed that was always on. Oh, well, yeah, there we go. I had my logic backwards, clearly. Okay, so I'm now appropriately slowing down or speeding up depending upon if I'm moving away from it and if my angle is too great. So then the next thing would be potentially what you were doing, Yuri, which is check my distance to the checkpoint, and if my angle is 0, and if my angle is 0, I cut my speed. Yeah, another thing you do was you were near the checkpoint, slow the ship. Yeah, we could do... Oh, so like there was the two things. I could cut the speed altogether and then start the turn to the next one. Or we could do what you're doing, is like slow the ship down when we get close to the next checkpoint. I should use jump points a lot more. Okay. Now here's this one, which we've not reactivated. So there's some changes that we need to make to this. So, okay, so if we've mapped all the targets, so we're on lap 2 or not, our next checkpoint angle is at 0. So we're pointed at the current target that we're going towards, and we're within 700 pixels of it. Then get the next checkpoint and start aiming towards that. And then also I want to cut the speed. So I want to basically do pod.cut speed. So I set the speed to 0. And then I wonder if it's going to go back up again, or if on its own, or if it's just going to stay at 0. If you turn, you should know your vector of moving and pre-calculate the results. Yeah, we could do that. If we're all mapped, we are not all mapped. There is no way that we're all mapped. Come on. Why is that 0? Is that really that one change that I did? Yep. Okay. So, oh, hey, Zippy. I don't think I missed the checkpoint, because I was pointing directly at it and I was moving, and I just didn't move anywhere at all. So I set the speed to 0. If I cut speed, okay, so if the all checkpoints have been mapped, oh, wait, I put this in the else. Ugh. I wanted to put in the if. Okay, well, that's a silly mistake. No wonder. I was like, okay, I'm really far away from the target. That's the target I wanted to go to. Cut the speed. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, well, I'm dyslexic. I was really far away. I thought that's when you cut the speed. I think we have to be farther away before we cut the speed. We're cutting the speed like 1 pixel before we're hitting the checkbox, which isn't helpful. Because like 700 is really far away. Use 1500, but I think it should be calculated with the current speed. We can do that because we have the velocity, right? Yeah, our velocity is like, for example, moving towards one. So like right here, our velocity is 600 or so. But I don't know what that means. Like 600 is like I can move 600 pixels in 1 tick. If I set that to 0, does that mean that it cuts in half? Like, what's a multiplier I should do with this? Like, times 3? Times 4? So if I have a function here to give me are probably not with that. I have the speed. Okay, and next checkpoint distance is pod that velocity times, let's say like 3. Let's see, yours is after all the calculation. Next checkpoint distance is less than 500. Power equals 20. Else, okay, so if the next checkpoint distance is less than 500, set your power to 20. Otherwise, if it's less than 2000, power divided by 1.5. Okay, so you start slowing down on your way in. I was thinking that this one is going to be like a cut to 0. Let's try 3. Well, let's try something pretty serious. I want to see how far we get. 5 is way too much, but it'll be fun to see. I'm expecting to like coast to stop and like stop beforehand, but I want to like see if that's true or not. So this won't happen until after the first lap through. I wonder if I should slow down by more than 1/3. Okay. So I actually made it there. It is a little bit much, but I'm not turning. Oh, is that what you were saying? I can't turn. Okay, so I'm trying to turn, but it's not working. So I need to set the speed to 20. Let's cut that in half, right? So we had 5, 2.5, and let's see how this feels. And then we're going to 20 only. So I need to make sure I still hit it. I can probably do that thing where on the first lap, I start slowing down too, but instead of going to 20, I just slow down. And that would help with the first lap. Did I boost ever? Can I search in here for boost? I don't think I ever boosted. Wait, nope, there's the boost. Okay. I boosted way back here. Okay, that works. You should mind to less than 500 power equals 20. Okay, so let's continue to update this. Where is my thing? So really, I want to do this if we're in lap 1. Okay, so if the checkpoints are all mapped. Okay, so if the checkpoints are all mapped, and our next checkpoint angle is, so we're aiming straight at it. And our next checkpoint distance is that. Okay, so let's try, that was still a little bit too long. So let's try 1.25. Cut that in half a little bit more. Cut the speed. Cut the speed only goes to 20. Checkpoint, so start going towards the next thing. I might want to do an else if. Oh, okay, else. This is just setting the target. This is not setting the speed. I could, okay, so what if I don't cut the speed here? What if we do another one, right? So if it doesn't matter if we're all mapped or not, this is just going to be if our distance, so if it's the same thing. I'll just copy you for now. So no matter what, first lap or not first lap, we cut the speed to 20 when we get close. Did that look like it cut the speed? I feel like it kind of cut the speed, but not really. Maybe a little bit too far away. So either my cut speed needs to be higher, which I could do that. I could cut the speed to be higher. So like, let's say we go to 40, and then let's also let's see, it was 2.5, so 1.25. So the difference between that would be like 2.0. I was really hoping I would get it by 4:30 today, but we're 15 minutes over, and I feel like we haven't, like I've made a lot of dual tweaks to it, but we haven't really gotten, like that turn is like too much. So I think I want to bring down the cut speed again. Maybe back to 20 again. Keep the new distance. Okay, when I'm cutting the speed, so I see 33, 100, 40, okay. I think you should use a bigger angle than 0. For what thing? For this one? Like if the next checkpoint is not equals to 0 and my angle, oh, this is tracking to see if I'm still at the same angle or not. There's this one is boost time. So boost at angle, and then also if my angle is 0, and that. So yeah, for accelerate, certify angles for accelerate. Oh, something like this, where it's like, if my next checkpoint angle, hold on, give me a second. I've got a phone call. All right, sorry about that. I double muted in that one too. Okay. Am I floating past it more than usual? I think I am. I'm doing a tight turn on that one. That's pretty good too. We're a full lap behind. So our biggest problem here is, okay, they boost. Here's what's interesting. They boost. And they're on their way back after boosting faster than me, which means they're handling that turn way better than we are. So they cut their engines. You can start to give power as angle decreases. No need to wait for 0. Yeah, okay, so pod angle. Okay, so wait a second. Am I doing the same problem again? If the next checkpoint angle is... I want to redo this. If the next checkpoint angle is greater than previously, I mean, yeah, that's... Oh, less than... Let's also do absolute, because I forgot to do that. And if you're less than 5, okay, so if the angle is less than 5, full, and we're equal to the next checkpoint angle, yeah, I was gonna say, I was getting confused there. Okay, so if we're greater than 5, yeah, we can definitely do something like that, or I could do a map where it like is like similar to clamp. That feels like it's about the same amount of distance, so that's not gonna work. I feel like what I really want to do is if the angle is greater than what it was previously, so not like something similar to this, but like if the current angle, so if the next checkpoint angle is greater than or equal to the pod, let's do, is greater than or equal to the pod that angle, then we're getting further away from it, so we want to slow down. Otherwise, we want to speed up. Power equals 100 divided by angle divided by 30. Yeah. Something like, I could also do that where I just calculate based upon like the bigger the angle, we switch that around. That took longer. Okay, so if I were to do that and like a slow down, so I slow down based upon this, do I also want to slow down based upon all of these things? So I cut my speed already. What if I just slow down for this? And what if I instead of speed up, we just go straight to full speed? Only use that if angles. Oh yeah, that's well. This is let's see. If the next checkpoint distance is this, no matter what, we're slowing down. So like if we're close to it, we slow down. If the angle is small, we can go to full throttle. Yes, that's what it is. Okay, so if the next checkpoint angle is, so if the angle is increasing, so we're not moving towards it, essentially, or we're not going to move towards it, we slow down. Else if the angle, if that's greater than or equal to like, let's say 5, we'll speed up. Otherwise, we're farther apart. We're farther apart on this run through. We're getting slower on that turn. We're not getting faster. We've made the problem worse. Every single time, every single thing I've tried has like made it subtly worse. So maybe the next thing would be what you were suggesting. You're going to 1 at 75. Hold on, wait. I'm going to 1 at 75. I'm going to 1 speed at like tick 75. No. Oh, checkpoint 1 at 75 speed. Right now I'm going at 99 speed. Oh, wait. Hold on. What's going on? Yeah, I'm going at 99 speed, which already is a problem. I don't know why that is. Lap 2. Oh. Okay, 25, 25, 25. Boost, and then 75. It's a caching problem. So if I divide by 3, or by third, is there, well, do I have a magic number in here of 75? I don't. Okay, so I'm not directly setting anything to 75. So what I think is happening is that we hit we hit something and we set for 75 and then we never reset. And I really want to, when I first start, I don't know why I've set going at 99. I would really like to make sure that I'm moving at max speed to begin with. Why is my output 99? Yeah, and then it goes, oh, it's 20. Look at that, 75 after the first turn. I don't think so. So on the loop, that would actually be better, right? On the game loop, you already start your max speed. No, so the game loop here is where that starts. So I start going at 100, which, by the way, the pod already has it set up in default as like speed is 100. So what's next? We just do that, okay. If the angle is greater than if the current angle that I'm at is more than the previous angle that I was at, then slow down. Otherwise, if I am less than 5, speed up. Otherwise, max speed. If the distance to the next is less than the checkpoint distance, slow down. The current speed can't be calculated with the distance of 2 points. Of like me going from one to the other, that's not a good way for me to do distance. Why doesn't that work? Shouldn't that give me the number of pixels that I'm moving between each frame? Oh, it's not the same speed from debug mode. Interesting. I wonder if it's not exact pixels or if it's different somehow. Okay, so if my distance to the next is less than the next checkpoint distance, shouldn't this be greater than? Oh, right. No, that's very wrong. I'm setting this to 25 as my speed when I do that. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm slowing down. Okay, so if I'm farther away, slow down. So as long as I'm moving towards it, slow down. Sorry, speed up. If it's boost time, boost. If checkpoints, okay, so if we're on the second lap or more, and the angle is 0, at this distance, get the next. Okay, so if the next checkpoint distance is less than our so yeah, so basically our velocity might well, wait a second. How does that give you speed? Like just two magic numbers in the Y. So I think the next checkpoint distance is thinking I don't want to do that. That might be the cause of it. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to stop pretty soon because it's after 5 here, and Zilby is gonna want some food, and I want to go get some food too. I'm never going at to 100. I don't know why. It's the clamp, isn't it? Also, I don't know why I'm going to 75. So clamp, this is not inclusive, is it? No, okay, so clamp 1 returns 1. So that should return the thing I'm expecting to return. Why is my speed 99? My get speed is turned into a toString, so it must be no, because it must still be less than. Oh, this is so weird. Okay. One test, but I'm not really going to learn to do anything about it. I'm just going to put it down here for me to think about next time. I'm going to put a debug. No, I don't want that. Put a speed after each one of these things. And then that way we can see what the speed we're trying to put in as, if that's actually the speed that we want to go as. I'm guessing that I have some kind of like state thing that's getting out of my way, and I want to like switch it down to max speed more often. So it's 75. Also, it constantly is 99 way too often. So what that tells me is I need to switch to max speed more often, as opposed to just speed down. So what it was showing us is like, okay, we're starting at 75 right here, which is already too slow. It will never get here, will it? I really want you to be something like, okay, so if you're greater than 5, speed up, otherwise max speed, something like that. That's a lot better. Okay, so I'm moving faster now. Nope, I'm back down to 75. Got to figure that out. That's a weird one. I'm always slowing down here. Because when I'm pointing directly, okay, so this algorithm needs to be changed. So note to myself for tomorrow. Yeah, every condition is to slow it down, only if you don't match, and you go full speed. Right now, this is always slowing it down, even when I don't want it to. So, okay. We will get to this next time. And by next time, I mean tomorrow. So, still not winning. If you want to take a look at the code that I've got, if you're interested in sort of how this looks in Rust, I'm in the Wood 1 branch, but the code lives over here. All right, and I think that's going to be it for today. I have to go and grab dinner, feed Zilby, and do all that fun stuff for the night. So I will be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time to work on the X Twitter clone in Rust. And then tomorrow afternoon at around 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time for more of this. And then we'll see, hopefully this week we'll get out of Wood and get into the meta leagues and sort of see what goes on there. So with that, thank you everybody for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time. Bye.